inside, and it's got another H400 and all the stuff inside, and they're not actually not contained in a div. It's just one giant div. Keep this open so I can have a chat with anyone who chats, and let me invite my friends. How do I get the URL to this? I have no idea. Stream section. New server. Dilly-dallying. So we've got the node sections using healer tools to section, and each section is going to be text. Their definition is basically editor written in Rust. There you go. Hey Shiraz, you what this music? That shouldn't even be music. I'm not streaming music. Thanks Shiraz for telling me. Desktop audio go down. How's that? Is that better? Is that good now? The music is gone. Alright, is the music gone now? Shiraz? I'm such a boomer. Okay, right, code. I shouldn't say boomer because it might insult people because, okay, I'm such a noob. So we've got to get a code and we're getting it out of the H4 itself. There it is. Much better. Oh, good. Okay, can you still hear it? Now we've got to get the code out of that. That code equals, I guess we're going to split it because the content of the H4 looks like that. It starts with the code, so we'll split it with space. We'll get the first one and turn it, pass it. So we're going to go code equals H4.split once, split n on spaces. I'm just making this up. Dot first dot map. I'm coding. Okay, so I'm coding this. This is the Oanda API, and I'm scraping this error page with and all the errors that they have, and I'm generating Rust code out of that. That's the plan. So they've got this API and they don't have any open API for it. They have all this. This is like a REST call, and I've scraped most of this, and now I'm working on this, the error page, so that I can have all the errors documented. It's not really necessary, but I want to do a good job. So, and we're see right here it says H4 split, so we're getting each H4 header is like this as if you get a 400 bad request, then blah 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 all the way down to the next one. And so we're just reading that 400 right now. That's the plan. And so I'm going to split once, and then I'm going to get the next one, and I guess we're going to unwrap that and say Yeah, I gotta go OK or else. So if it doesn't work, I'm gonna write another error. DD report error new, and we can put a format in there, and we can say H4 header on error page doesn't have spaces, I guess is the word. And then we can actually put the H4 header here, so we know what happened. Okay, there's a whole bunch of errors. Let's click all the errors. Miss. It's a REST API. Yes, I'm turning the REST API into code. I will show you the code because it's so neat. This is what it generates. Z and v4, v2, hx source account endpoints account. So this is the, oh, that's a terrible source. Okay, that looks really bad, but it looked really good before, but when it was working. So, but yeah, it generates beautiful source code. Let me just have a look at them. Like, some of them are good. -L Rust. See, that one looks good, whatever that is. Generates all that code out of the website docs. So we're scraping the website, and that's what we're doing here. We've got the pass the document, we've got a selector, a CSS selector to find the column. See, look, I can show you the CSS selector in Bragpro. So I go in here and I go yank, and then I go here, right click, inspect, and then you can put your CSS selector in here, and it'll show you what you selected, which is this column here, which is that column. So we get that, we get that whole div there, and then we go down it, and then inside of that is all these H4s which we've got to pass, which is what we're doing right now. Yay. Theoretically. Thank you for watching. You can hang up, it's okay, Shiraz. I know that it's super boring, so I won't be offended if you go home and do something else. Okay, argument must be a string literal. Okay, I didn't know that. That's good to know. We don't really want report, then we'll just get rid of that, and we'll put .into, and that should do the trick. It does, yay. And then the same thing here, the report macro is not helping us at all. And then we put a .into here, so it turns our normal error into a report error so that it can pop out. So we've got the code, then we've got to pass the code, let code equal, it's going to be a U16, an unsigned 16-bit integer, because it's only up to 512 or whatever it is, I don't know. Alright, anyway, it's going to be that. A equals code.pass, and if it doesn't pass, we're going to say, have I got it into report, I got that, which I should get rid of, but I should, that'll do, I think that'll just work. Yay, okay, let's fix all these other errors. No variant associated with new found for enum error. Did I not give myself a new? Okay, I'm just going to write the new method for that. Generate implement for error. I would have thought they would have done that. Pub fn new, you pass it a message, which is anything that can be turned into a string, and you get an error out of it, and it'll become error message.toString. There we go back to my other work. What other problems we got here? Split once doesn't exist. Has it got a suggestion? It's going to be split. Maybe I should look at the docs. So H4 is what? it's a Boolean group something something something. What's the iterator? Okay, so we're not getting, so we're passing sections. I thought we were getting actual text, so we've got to turn it into, we'll go map here. We're getting an element, I think, so we need to get the text out of it. I don't know how to do that. It's right here. E.text. Okay, so that's great. E.text got collect string. So I've got to do all of that to get the text out of it, because there could be multiple texts. So here we've got to turn it into a string. Now everything will work. We have a split once now. Is this a string now? It's still an unknown. What? Why is it an unknown? Okay, it's got iterator. I'll iterate this over the sections we're getting. The sections being, we split that up into, we're grouping it. It's hard to explain. Anyway, we're grouping all the elements here, because if we look at this, it's one big div, and then inside the div there's just a string of elements, and each we want to separate h4. So there's bad request, and then we want to group all of those into one. We're iterating through all these elements. We're skipping the first h4, we're going starting at the second, and then we're grouping them by, this is a h4 and that's a whole group down to there, and then this is the second h4. So each section is a bunch of h4 elements. Beep. Right. I see I've got no viewers, so that's cool. I can relax now. So we got it. I'm getting the first section. Because it's a section. So now we're getting. So this is wrong. This should be here. So we're in the section, and we've got to go. We're going to go let it equals section dot. Or is what is section? Is it an iterator? I have no idea what it is. It's some kind of iterator already. So we'll just go section.next, and this should give us an h4. Okay, let's fix the missing delimiter so we can. I hate, because this is a bad thing about the editor, that it. Okay, okay, let's fix all the errors so we can see where we're going. Okay, no method name next for tuple boolean itertools group. Okay, so we need to read the docs on itertools and group by. A group by is a storage for the lazy operator. This type implements into iterator. It is not an iterator itself, so we've just got to go dot into iter again. Dot into iter, because we are going to iterate through it. Oh, we're already doing that there, look. That's cool. And then what is the type that it outputs when it iterates? The iterator element type is kgroup, where group's key and the group's iterator. So I'm guessing that the key is going to, okay, so let's look how it's used. Group data into runs of larger than 0 or not. So that's a run, okay. Group by element. Element is greater or equal to 0. So 1 and 3 will get put in the first group, and these two will get put in the second group. Okay. data group dot push, a key group, and then data group is going to be true if it passed the iterator, or false if it didn't pass the iterator. This isn't the thing I want. It's not really the group by that I want. Then I want something similar to that, batching of metadata. Its closure receives a reference to the iterator. So that would give me, okay, group by would give me a group of H4, and then a group of not H4, then a group of H4, then a group of not H4. So I guess that is usable. Okay, we can work with that. Okay, so we've got sections that we're going to see here. Sections gives us is H4. Oh, there's a thunderstorm outside. And then we're going to call it, I guess, elements. And then we'll go if is H4. It's like, it's pretty complicated code, man. Then we're going to have like mutable variables, mute the current code. I don't like it. It's not elegant at all. It's going to be an option of U16. Don't like it at all. So now I guess what I want to do is have tuples. Okay, well I can do that. We can do tuples because they literally have that. Sections dot into iter dot chunks. We want chunks of 2. I think there's a thing here called tuples. Tuple window, not tuples. Yeah, so that's perfect. A turn iterator groups the items into tuples of a specific size up to 12. So that's great. Okay. What kind of type? Oh, we're down here. Okay. So this is going to become a tuple of not H4. Okay, then we're going to go dot tuples. Now we're happy. Header elements, and then we're going to go our cert is H4 and not too much SQL, and not H4. See, it's still horrible code. I don't like it. It's so unelegant and yucky. I think we'll just go back to a state machine, a finite state machine. That's like, it's either reading a header or it's collecting contents. Okay, so let's do that. We'll try to get rid of, we won't do the group by, we won't use editor tools, we'll just go enum state. It's going to be reading a header or gathering text. In fact, it could be function calls, right? We could just go fn read header. It's literally going to be that. So I don't even need sections. I don't need any of this crap. We're just going to go we're just going to read it. for node in nodes, right? So the first one, we're going to read the header, read the code, because that's what we're going to do. Okay, you know what I'll do is I'll go let it equals nodes dot into iter. So we've got an iterator, and we can throw it around. Wow. Header. Okay, I'm gonna give that. You're gonna go while header some header equals it.next. So the first thing we read is a header. Read the code from the header. Okay, from the h4. This is much more elegant. I get rid of that. Don't need that. So we've got the element. So we're gonna go. I don't need next. We go. Don't need that. So this becomes header.text got collect. Right. So that's all that goes away. Yay! So much more elegant. Then we've got to turn it into a split once next. Okay. I mean, we could just go if let code equals. Oh, but then you got to split it into a vec and collect it. But maybe that is more elegant. Cannot find a header. What? I'm creating the header. That's why you can't find it. Syntax error. Is that wanted? Bing. Cannot find header, but I'm creating the header. Well, I forgot to put let. Silly me. Well, let some header equals this. Alright, now we're going. Now we're moving. No next for option. Okay, so split once will give us. So it's the string. CFG split once will give us none. CFG split once equals it will give us CFG and an nothing. CFG split once will give us sum and a foo. Okay, we can do that. Okay. So giving an option was a tuple. So go dot map. If let sum code crap equals h4 dot split once. It should be okay. It should be not even an if let. It's just going to be a let, and we're going to explode it if it doesn't work. Let code equals split white space. And split white space will give us an iterator. Let's just do that because that's what we care about. Next, and then if it doesn't, if there's nothing there, it's going to be okay or else, and that has to go there, and that pops out if there's no code. Then we have to finally pass the code. Let code u16 equals code.pass not into report, and I guess into report takes some type annotation is needed. It is a string. Can't find section, that's because we're not there. Okay, then then we're going to consume the rest of it, which is going to be nodes, which is the iterator. We're going to go take while element element dot value dot something. How do we find if it's dot name not equals h4? So we'll continue consuming the nodes while it's not an h4 and turn all of that into text and make it beautiful. In the error definition, what is the two fields? Code and documentation. So we're going to say let documentation equals that, and then that should be good. What's that? That was there. I've got to go dot collect into a string. And everyone's happy. Take while. It. Instead of nodes, we've got to go it, which is the iterator from before. This is nice. I like this better than trying to do the type annotation needed. The into goes dot here. Format expect a string. I found an Astra. Why did it expect that? Okay, unused import, we can get rid of that. Doesn't know what's going on. So we're saying we're getting a split white space, we're going next, and then we're going okay or else, and then we're going a new error, and we got that, and then we're going dot into. There's a good dot map. Report from, return it into a report. Does that work? No. It's finding Astra. We've got to put dot on. Okay, I get you. That'll go dot here, dot to string. To owned, to string, I don't know. I think to string is nicer. Maybe it's just my ignorant preferences. Consider importing report. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay. We got our own report. I got that report. We want. Consider importing. We want. Is it going to import both? We don't want error. We don't want standard error report. We just want error stack report. Error is not an iterator. Okay, so we're just going to put report from, and then it will work. Done. Now we get a billion other errors. Borrowed of move value it. Pattern binding h5 is named. It's the same as the other variants of text type. Okay, it's qualified text. Okay, so we can do that. That fixes a bunch of stuff. So it's borrowed here. Use of okay, so it's borrowed there, and now it's created. It's created there. Why is it there again? Let mute it. There's only one place for it there. Oh, there it's there and there. Okay. Why is it in two places? We've got duplicate code now. Forget all that. Order of move value it. Unused code. So why is that? What? Okay, unused code because we're going to make an error. Could we use fold for this, or should we use? Okay, we're going next. We're going to have a good let mute out equals vec new. Let's just start creating the whatever it is we're creating, I can't remember, and then shove it in that vec. It's an error definition, ed. We've done that, and then we're going to shove that on the out.push. We'll use that magical trick of Rust Analyzer and go inline variable. So right there it pushes out, and then we're going to return OK out, and we're good. We've still got this borrowed checker error. Inside of this loop, borrowed value it. Value borrowed after move. Move occurs because it has type this, which does not implement inside of loop. You can clone the value to consume it, but this might not be it. No, it is not. It moved due to local method caller. I guess take while. So that's what happened. Is if we look at the method signature for take while, it takes self, so it's going to consume it. So this is not desired behavior. Well, we want it to take while, but we don't want it to consume the iterator. And if we clone it, it won't move forward in the stack. But that's exactly what we want. Oh no, just a couple of hours. Okay. How can I want to read this bit and say, okay, we got the H4. Then we read the H4, and then we're going to read that bit. And then we can produce the output. It's very simple, but this take while's not working for me. What if I ask Bing to fix my code for me? I got terrible comments, man. Edge browser. Fix my Rust code. I want to read an H4, then a bunch of other tags from the iterator. But the take while call consumes the iterator. What can I do as an alternative? Pasted the code. Go Bing, do your thing. Oh, I ran out of coffee, so sad. See, here we're converting H5 into Markdown, so it looks pretty. The issue you're facing is due to the fact that take while consumes iterator. You can use Peekable to create an iterator that supports looking at the next element without consuming it. Okay, so we go iterator.next .peekable. Okay, it.peek map or else, and then if it's an element, so it's another while loop with an if let in the middle of it. What about the H4 check? Oh, there it is. Okay, map or false, so it'll map it into a true. That doesn't make sense. Okay, make the while loop, and then we'll go it.next. Okay, this is interesting. Let's have a look at Peekable and see if we can learn something from AI. Okay, into iter.peekable. Creates an iterator which you can use peek or peek mute methods to look at the next element of the iterator without consuming it. The underlying iterator is still advanced when peek or peek mute are called for the first time in order to retrieve the next element. Next is called on the underlying iterator. Hence, any side effects, anything other than fetching the next value, will occur. What does I think side effects will occur or won't occur? Okay, I'll just ask you this. Can you think of any other alternative? We could just make that a while loop, but then we'd have to make the documentation string. We could clone it. Okay, so what we can do is clone the iterator. Actually, we can do, we'll clone it so that it starts where it was, and then it consumes everything that's not at H4. Advance the top iterator to the next H4. So we just go it dot skip while. Does skip while consume it as well? It does. Let it equals. Oh, we can just go here, let. It's going to take. Ah, I'm confused now. This one advance it. Okay, let equals if dot skip while. E. I think I'm going to have to make this. This function is being used so much. So I'm going to make it a lambda. What do you call that thing? A closure. Okay, that is H4 equals that. That is not H4 equals that. Equals, and we don't even need that. You can just go not is H4. So then this can become skip while is not H4, and then the same here is not H4, and then down here I think we're using it is not H4. I think we use this H4 anywhere, and then we're just going to say the same thing here. It's not H4, and that will advance it, and that's all we needed. Yay, so this will clone the iterator, so it'll make a new iterator in the same location, consume all the stuff that's not H4, everyone happy, and collect it. And collect it also consumes the iterator, so we can't, yeah. Then the above iterator, when it's a bit error prone, because I might remove that code and everything's broken, but we can put a assert in there. Right here, assert is H4 header. I don't want an actual assert. Well, I guess it's good. I put debug assert. Is it debug underscore assert? Oh, debug assert, like that. That's kind of better. Okay. It'll let you run debug mode, not in real mode. Type annotation needed because it is a element ref. Actually, we don't. Yeah, we do need that. Now it's going to say, oh, scraper element ref. Okay, we're just going to change this because we never use isH4 anyway. So this is going to become is not h4. That's going to go away, and that's going to become not equals. Now everyone's happy. The function is h4. Aha. We were using it. Fine. Expected element ref. Consider borrowing here. Oh, it's easy. Fixed. The borrower value. Okay. Where is it moved now? Okay, it's not going to be. So it's not let it, it's going to be it, because it's a mutable variable and we're just overriding it. Expected type applicable. No, it's changing the type. Oh, okay. Okay, what I'll do is I'll have one iterator over just the h4s, and then somehow it has like an enumerate. Okay, let's do this. Let it equals nodes dot into iter dot enumerate, so we'll know what node we're on. Dot filter. Then we can just use indexes. Yay. Okay. We're going to get the I, which is the number, and then the element. We're not going to use I. I'll call it E. And then we're going to go E dot is not h4. We only want is h4. We only want h4s. Okay, so we're just going to go for I h4. Yeah, this will work. And not into iter. In fact, we'll just go iter because then we're gonna VGL delete. Okay, now we get rid of that. This statement. So this is just the h4s, right? So we don't need to debug assert really. We're going to call this h4, and then to get the strings, get the bits between h4s, we're going to use a slice. We don't know. Oh, you can just slice to the end and then so we're going to say nodes dot iter. No, we don't even need that. We're just going to take a slice. We're going to say nodes I to the end dot iter dot take while. It's all there. Take while's already there. Look. So we're going to go to the end, but we're not actually going to reach the end because we're going to go take while. Type mismatch. It's got the I. Oh, that's fine. Expected closure for a. I found closure. Okay, let's read all the errors. It takes the element ref. Okay, what's this thing? Nodes is a vec of element ref. I just put in here element ref so we know exactly what we're doing. Doesn't satisfy if it wants output bool. Okay, I'll just type it here. Is not h4. Everyone happy? Good. Local variable it, because we're not doing that anymore. That's okay, we don't need that. Yay, we're happy. So, okay, let's reread the horrible code that I've written. Okay. So it says an h4 tag, h4 element followed by a bunch of other elements. What a lot of work went into this code. Read the code from before, from the h4. Okay, read the HTTP error code that we're documenting from the h4, right? I saved it, so why has it got still errors? Okay, the errors are gone, yay. I'm going to say here, build a vec of error definitions. I would prefer to clone it, but I had to like use a collect. I could use collect still. This whole racist thing could become a map. And yeah, we could do that. Why not? I would have still got question marks, doesn't it? Has it got pop out errors? It does, because we've got to pass the code. Okay, so we're just going to go just iterate over the h4 headers first, and then dot map dot collect, and then we can just put that in a it's so horrible. I don't know, is it? That's going to return it okay. We don't even need that. That goes away. I'll come back in a minute. Delete that. Map is going to be here. Am I doing it right? I don't know. I don't care. No, I do care. Message change might not have had the associated types. The question mark. Okay, so we got to make it an error. Let's delete that, and then we're going to go. This will become dot collect. Is it going to collect magically by itself? No. Okay. So this has to return a. Out dot push goes away. That has to become an OK, and that gets rid of that. Type annotation needed. Build it because we don't need that anymore. So it's just literally going through. I can copy that, put it down there. Then for each h4, read the error code. We're doing that until use 16, and then gather the non-h4 nodes by creating a slice of the original nodes vec from it should be I plus 1. I guess that needs to be in a I plus 1 to the end, and then we'll just put here but stop if we hit another h4. I like this. Okay, and then gather the HTML nodes text and turn it into Markdown. Are we using this text.collect a lot? 1, 2 places. Because we could could turn that into a... No, it's okay. That's fine. Cool. I'm happy with that. Let's run the test. It runs, of course, but of course doesn't print anything out. Test pass error message. We're doing it. Okay. Let out equals. Let's just print it all out. So we'll print that. No capture. No capture. No. Okay, documentation of 404, message not found, response maybe. It doesn't look nice. I'm going to make it look nice. For and out. Println. We can just expand it here. Okay, I thought it was going to let me expand it. I thought the magical thing would do that. No, fine, we'll do it ourselves. Error definition. Maybe that's why, because it wasn't imported. Println code. I'll put a new line in front of that, and then println description. A little not nicer. Did I write it wrong? Documentation, that's completely wrong. Okay. How can I even think that would work? There you go. It's got the code. See the triple backticks for the code bit. Got the reason. It's got this reason in bold for no reason. It looks horrible. No such trade should have an extra element above it, so that should be about like that. How's that look? A bit better. It's already putting lines in it, so I guess I'll get rid of all the enters. It's complaining that I didn't. Except for those, okay. Okay, I'll take Clippy's advice with that format. It'll say useless format, why don't you changing to toString? That looks okay. So go down the end and we'll put code can have a four or five message allow. Where's some bold stuff there? Let me just stick that in bat-language markdown. Is it MK? Yeah, that look okay. So this is what it looks like for bat and markdown. I think I'll get rid of the pre-code stuff because it looks crap. What if I get rid of that one? If it's not an element, I'll just put default in here. Oh, it looks terrible now. It's even worse. So one is that I think the reasons anything with bold can just be ignored. I know Clippy's gonna complain, but I think it seems to be like repeating itself. Error message. Phone request may be returned from the V20, and then it's like dash dash malform request. So that okay, it does need needs 2 lines above it. How's that look? Okay, so that's getting 2 lines above it. That's good. So that doesn't need an extra line, but it does need an extra line here, and it does need an extra line in front of it. That looks good. And reason is in bold, so that's already looking good. Reason needs extra line in front of it. No, it doesn't. Reason needs a space. Why has reason bold got anything to do with anything? It looks crap. We're just going to get rid of it. I'll just go string default. Okay, so precision exceeded. It needs to enter after it. Malform request. If an incorrect request is submitted to the following error. So I see what's happening here. This is being repeated here. I think we're getting too much text out of it. I'm trying to iterate over descendant text nodes. So we don't want all the text nodes. Let's go to the docs of that. Can we just go Shift K? No. K. We need if okay, docs.rs scraper text method. We don't want no back element ref. I don't want all the descendant text nodes, I just want the top level text nodes. Should we just go 1? What if I go instead of text.collect, I just go text.next. Unwrap or default. Now there'll be no repeating. looking a lot better. I want that bold back though. I'll copy that line and I'll do undo, 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 undo. And then I'll replace that line with my copy. Reason. The thing is, we don't want to go to descendant text level lines, we just want to go to... So I'm going to go to children and just get... Okay, let's have a look at value, because value returns... We don't know what T is, do we? Oh, my music has stopped. I think it values a node ref. We're in element ref. Node ref has ancestor previous. I think what we need is just children, and then we have to find just text nodes. Turns iterate over children, which is not descendants. Okay, so we've got to go is to get the text out of something. Get text is going to take an E, which is an element ref. Returns a string, and it's going to go e.children dot filter e dot, how do you tell if it's a child? It's a node type. Oh, it's not going to be element, and this children is going to be, is it going to be over nodes or elements? Because nodes can be text and elements can't be text. Node ref. Text. Nope. Type. Yeah, nuts if children is coming from node ref, so there's going to be a... How can you tell if a... It's going to be ID. What is ID? We don't know. It's a node ID. Is node ID going to be text or element? Nope. Value parent. Type, not there. Text is not there. Okay, I'm going to ask Bing again. I just used the same one looking at this reference. How can I tell if a node is a text node? Better still, looking at this reference, element ref. How can I get the child text nodes from an element? Without traversing the whole descendant tree. Bam. Okay, I think I'm going to stop streaming now. Thank you whoever watched. Pew. I'm going to fix this. Did I get any visitors apart from Shiraz? Nope. Wow. Thanks Shiraz for watching. I appreciate it. Dun, 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 dun. To determine if a node is a text node using the EgoTree library, you can use the value method on the node ref to get it. If the node's value is of type scraper node text, then the node is that. No, but it's the trouble. The text is not. That the text function iterates over descendants dot just. Not just direct children. Wow, good fart. Okay, I probably should not fart on YouTube. Yeah, I'm right. I know I'm right. If you want to get only the right, you could use the children method and then filter for text modes. Okay, it's good my code for me. That's great. Thank you, Bing, for the code. Oh, it's going to be element ref.children and then I'm just going to collect it into a string anyway. Dot flat map e else done, and then dot collect. It's going to become node. Value of type string cannot be built from an iterator of. How do we get the text out of it? Text. What is text.text? It is a tendril. Oh, dude, what is a tendril? Has it got another one called text? What's a string tendril? How do you get the string out of it? Okay, we've got as bytes and then pass it as a. Is there a U8? Text. Into bytes, into send, into slice from car. Let's put as bytes. This as bytes, yeah, okay. And as bytes does not even give you bytes. Okay, how do you get the actual stuff out of it? gonna stop streaming.